Yo! Guys, if you're enjoying the videos, then make sure you hit that subscribe button and you smack that bell icon. Enjoy the video. Yo, what's going on guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now, you're probably used to me uploading some kind of vlog or car series or something that's going on. I've got something a little bit different for you. Today, I'm going to be answering your questions. If you follow me on Instagram, recently you would have seen that I asked on my story for you guys to ask me some questions in which I would be answering in a YouTube video. Well, this is it. You guys fired away, you asked loads of questions, and don't worry about what's going on in the background. That's just a game of Fortnite I played earlier today with my friend Big Dave, who featured in my AMGS series in episode 2, fitting the grill and stuff to my car. I don't know if you've seen that. If you didn't, make sure you go back and watch it. Watch all my videos, guys, and if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. So yeah, I'm going to ask some of your questions. You guys had some great questions, I'm not going to lie. Some of them were random, some of them were really random, but mostly they were about my career, the things that I've done and things that you wanted to know, and I'm thrilled. So thank you for your questions. We are going to go straight to it. And we're going to go with the first question, and this comes from Abby_Grace_Purvis, and she says, what's the best advice you've got for acting / performing that you would pass on? And I think the best advice I think I've got when it comes to acting and performing is to just be yourself. Look, confidence is massive, and the thing is, everybody's so different. I've been in so many audition rooms where I thought, oh my god, that guy looks the part, oh my god, that guy sings, or that guy dances so much better than me, or that guy can act so much better than me. I've seen him in this film, I've seen him in that drama, but honestly, there are parts that I've got. And it's not because I was better, but it's because I was me, because I was different, and I fit the part, I fit the role. And I think some people go into auditions and they go into jobs and they're so nervous, but ultimately all you can do is be yourself, give it 100, and hope that you've done enough, because sometimes it's not about who's the best, it's about who's the most confident, who's the brightest in the room, and it can go such a long way. I would also say something that's massively important in the performing arts industry is to just be nice, be kind to everybody. You never know who's going to make it, you never know who's going to be a big time producer in 10 years. You've got no reason to be arsey or catty to anybody, so just enjoy it, just enjoy the run, be nice to everybody, and you'll get there. Persistence, work hard, all the sort of general stuff, but I think in general, yeah, just be nice, and yeah, be you. That's all I can say for that. Alright, next question, let's go. Okay, so this question comes from Ian Roberts 77, and he asks, who is your least favourite footballer right now? This is a hard question, because I don't know if I'm like answering from my football team, or I'm answering just in general. I mean, I don't just hate football players for no reason. So I'm going to say, in my team, I have quite a few least favourite footballers right now. And guys, this is only true at the time of the recording. This could all change in the future. So future, if you're watching this, they might not be hated so much right now. In fact, I don't hate them, but my least favourite footballer right now is anybody at Man United that doesn't want to play for Man United, that doesn't get played because they're not good enough and are wasting wages. I don't personally dislike any footballers. I don't see why anyone would. So yeah, I'm going to say anybody that just doesn't want to play for Man United, that's taking a wage, because nobody's bigger than the club. Anyway, yes, like I said, random question, guys. We've had a career one and a football one. Let's see what's next. Alright, so we got another one from Ian, and this time he asks, Asda, Morrison's, Tesco's, Co-op, or Spar, which one would be your fave and why? It all depends what I'm after. You see, I'm a big Mountain Dew fan. Anybody that watches the streams or like knows me will know how much I love Mountain Dew. It's my favourite drink. And you can't get it from a lot of big branded superstores. Or you might get the big bottle, like the big 2-litre bottle that's always warm and not in the fridges. So for that reason, I'm going to say the Spar, just because they always have Mountain Dew. It's always cold, it's always in the fridge, it's always great. Other than that, if I'm after a big shop, I do love a Tesco. You can't beat the meal deals at Tesco as well. So, in fact, let me rate them. Co-op and Morrison's 5 and 4. Then Sainsbury's in 3rd, Spar in 2nd, Tesco in 3rd. Good question. The next one, let's go. Okay, so we've got _GXORGE.CXBB_, and he says, what made you audition for BGT? Well, that thing is, I didn't actually know. This is the weird thing, right? I didn't actually know I was auditioning for Britain's Got Talent the first time. So I was busking in Manchester. I used to go out and busk as a kid, and some girl approached me talking like she was an agent, and I didn't believe her at the time, and she kind of forced me to take her number, and she claimed to be this agent. Don't worry, the video there, that's just my cousin in the background. She came to collect a fan that she'd left in my room because it was really hot, and you probably hear the fan in the background now. Anyway, so yeah, this girl claimed to be an agent, and I was like, what? Anyway, she ended up getting my number, and then a week later she texted me saying there's an audition down the road that I should go down, I should audition, it's great, it might be on telly. There she is. There you go, Days, thank you for getting your fan. No worries, thank you. Guest appearance from Daisy Gain there, thank you. Anyway, yeah, so I thought, alright, okay, I'll hit this audition up, I'll go down. And yeah, when I got there, I saw the flags, BGT, and I generally couldn't believe it. I was so underprepared. I'd just been busking. I kind of walked into this room where the producers were with this, like, rundown speaker that I was pulling. And what else did I have? I had my lino that I had pulled out that I was dancing on. And I remember walking in, and they gave me this little boombox stereo speaker, tiny little thing. I was like, I'm not using that. I've got my own setup. I think this is what helped me get through, if I'm being honest, was I had my own setup. And I was just this, like, cheeky northern kid, like, had his own boombox, had his lino, and I did my thing. I forgot the question as I'm just rambling on about my first audition, but yeah, that's how I got into auditioning for the first time on BGT. I didn't know I was auditioning. I was, I was just busking, doing my thing, and I got a text saying go along, so I did. Alright, next question. Alright, this is a good one. This is from GCS_X93. What's the worst mishap that has ever happened to you in Panto / Jamie? So I'm going to talk about Jamie. I don't think I've really had any mishaps in Panto other than, I remember once I did Peter Pan back in 2012 at the Derby Assembly Room. Shout out to anybody that saw me in Derby as Peter Pan. And in the show I had hooks and I had harnesses and I fly across the stage. At one point I fly up and down during a song, and then I flew across the audience for my song, a big song before the interval. And one day, it was a scene where Peter Pan enters Wendy's bedroom and he flies across the room, he's flying around, and my harness was broke. And I could feel the guy behind me, like, trying to get me in this harness, like, messing with it, and I was in the wings, and he was like, go, go, go. I was like, what's going on? He's like, the harness isn't working, bro. I was like, what? He's like, you've got to go on, you've got to go on. I was like, what about my harness? What's going to happen? I'm not going to fly. He went, I took it off, just improvise. And that was probably the biggest mishap. Anyway, I pulled it back. I was big into free running at the time, so I kind of side somersaulted on. I ran up a wall and flipped up a wall. I sort of did some moonwalk gliding across the stage to imitate that I was flying. I tried my best in the moment. And you know what, actually? Everybody bought it. So that was probably the most Panto one. And then Jamie. For those who don't know what Jamie is a musical. Everybody's talking about Jamie. I'm currently starring in the UK tour and European tour. And yeah, I think the worst mishap, I've actually done this twice. There's a scene in the second half where Leighton, who plays Jamie, comes on and he gets showered. He goes to see the head teacher, and she tells him that he can't come to the prom dressed as a girl, or in drag, sorry. And basically Dean comes on, who's my character, at the end of that scene, and he says just a little gimmicky line like, funny how things turn out, ain't it, me. And there's 2 occasions I've not walked out. I've just forgot. Or I've been backstage and I've been waiting, and then I've heard the cue and I've legged it and I've just missed it. I've done that twice. So embarrassing. I felt so sorry for Leighton. Poor Leighton just stood there on the stage waiting for me. But yeah, we'll go with that. We did that twice. No worries. Alright, next question. Let's go. Alright, so this question comes from AD Fields, who's actually my friend, and he says if you could meet one Twitch streamer, who would it be and why? I think you would pick Oda. He's referring to Oda Block, who's a Twitch streamer. For all of you that don't know, I stream. As you can see in the background now, I'm actually streaming Fortnite. I don't know if this was streaming or not, but I stream Fortnite, I stream lots of other games over on my Twitch, YouTube and Facebook. And yeah, I watch a lot of streams too. It's why I kind of in my downtime I just watch a lot of gamers. And AD asks if I could meet one Twitch streamer, who would it be? Yeah, Oda Block would be up there. Oda Block's one of my favourite streamers. AD himself is a streamer. AD, mate, it'd be you, mate. Let's go get a pint, mate. Question answered. Yeah, so AD, I'm gonna because you asked the question, I'm gonna say you, brother. Alright, next question. Let's go. So Mac_160719998. Lovely name, mate. Thanks for that. He says, if you could do BGT again, what song would you dance to? Do you know, I've actually put a lot of thought into this. Like, if I had to audition for Britain's Got Talent again, what song would I do? And I couldn't pick the same song, so I couldn't do Rock This Party in the opening audition. Fun fact, I never actually danced to that. And I couldn't do Sing in the Rain in the final. I think I'd do a grime song. I think I'd do like a Stormzy, Big for Your Boots, or like Crown, or something something British, grimy. There'd be like a fun remix to it, a dance remix to it. I could have The Rain again, like Stormzy did in the awards. At the Brits. Was it the Brits? I think it was the Brits. He did The Rain. Yeah, and I think I'd do that. Something cool like Big for Your Boots in the Rain. I don't know. It'd be cool. I'd still have The Rain. Nobody said I couldn't have The Rain. He just said what song. So I'm going to go with a Stormzy song that everybody knows. Big for Your Boots with The Rain. Come on. Next question. Okay, so Alf Savage _ says, would you be interested in collaborating with a smaller channel? In brackets, I love your work. This is an interesting question. Of course I would. YouTube's a very lonely place when you do it on your own, you know. I love making YouTube videos, but sometimes it's hard for me to create content on my own, and what a lot of YouTubers do is they collaborate. They work with other YouTubers, they work with other people in their industry to make videos. So I'm not saying this is an open invite, but I'm saying if you are interested and you do want to collaborate on a video, give me some ideas. I more than likely would love to hear your ideas, hear you out, see what you want to do, see what you're offering, and yeah, let's do it. Next question. Alright, so this question comes from Sophie Stewart XO. She says, what's been your best experience whilst you've been dancing? Okay. There are two ways I can answer this question, because there are things that I've done whilst I've been dancing, as in there are lots of experiences I've had since I started dancing, but they're not the best experiences necessarily that I've had actually physically dancing. I think my best experience dancing would be Britain's Got Talent final, because there would be no other experiences without it. So that is actually like my favourite experience that I've done physically dancing. The best experience I've had since I started dancing, I think, would be the fact that I was able to pay off the mortgage of the house we lived in when I was 15 and buy my own house outright at 18. I'm very proud of those achievements. You know, I worked hard for years. I saved up all the money. You know, I wasn't one to go out and spend. I never went on loads of holidays. I just sort of saved up, bought houses, and invested. And they're the things I'm probably most proud of. However, in terms of actual experiences, I danced on the final of China's Got Talent, and that was an incredible experience. I shared the stage with a China's Got Talent winner, and we both did a dance number to one of my own songs called Teenager in Love, and we did it live to billions of people. I can't even remember how many people watched it, but it was billions, so that was pretty extraordinary, and I'll never forget it. So, great question. Moving on. Alright, so Leo Sucks says, thumbs for toes or toes for thumbs? This is a great question, I'm not going to lie, Leo. I'm going to have to think about this one. I think I'm going to go with having thumbs for toes. I mean, you can't really do much with toes. They're just sort of stubby, aren't they? They're, you know, they're just soft, padded nothings. You know what I mean? They look like trampolines in water. So, having like 10 toes as your thumbs, I feel like you'd be at a disadvantage to people with two toes thumb. I think you'd be at a disadvantage to those that have got thumbs on their hands. Whereas I think if you had thumbs on your toes, I think you'd be able to do so much more with your feet. They're so much more like diverse, aren't they, and grippier, and they're longer. You know, you can do more with them. You can bend them backwards. You can't do that with your toes. So I'm going to go with having thumbs for toes. Great question. Be seeing you. Moving on. Okay, so Real M Rambo says, who do you think is the best YouTube boxer? Smiley from Twitch. So Smiley tunes into my streams. Best YouTube boxer? I mean, alright, so I'm gonna start with I'm gonna start by saying I don't really consider these YouTube boxers as boxers. You know, I know there's been a lot of speculation and stuff, but to me, they're not really boxers, are they? If I had to pick, I'd probably say KSI, just because he's the only one I really know, other than, which one did he fight? Logan Paul? I don't know, one of the Paul brothers, but I don't really like them Paul brothers, if I'm being completely honest. So I'm going to say KSI, because he beat him in the fight, or he drew and he should have won, whatever. But I don't really know, I don't really care, if I'm honest, Smiley, no offence. And no offence to anybody watching that loves these YouTubers that get into fights and stuff. I'm certainly not going to be getting into scraps anytime soon, but I appreciate the question all the same. Next question. Okay, so Karen Smith 6954 says, did you enjoy playing Kyle Stack on Waterloo Road? Now, this is a question I got asked about 100 times. I'm not even lying. There were so many Waterloo Road fans in the questions. I love you guys. And thank you for asking. Kyle Stack was probably the most fun I've had playing a character ever. I'm not even capping. Like, don't get me wrong, I loved all the parts I play. I played a lot of bad boys over the years. I'm playing a school bad boy now, even in Dean. But Kyle Stack was brilliant. He was misunderstood, wasn't he? You know, he was great. He was probably the best character I've ever played in terms of how much fun I've had. And I think because I was 18 at the time, you know, I was filming in a school with all my friends. It was a lot of fun. So yeah, Kyle Stack was unbelievable to play. Yeah, next question. All right. Okay, so TL124445 just says Calvin Klein. Okay. Not really sure where to go with that, but they make great boxes. I own lots of pairs of them, and we'll move on. Okay, Ghost _ Immobilizer _ Dealer _ UK. That is a long name. Says, who's the best people to go to vehicle for security? If you haven't watched my latest video on my AMGS series, episode 2, make sure you go and watch that. That'll tell you who is the best to go to. It's Car Theft Solutions. That is Ghost Immobilizer. That's their Instagram if you're interested, by the way, if you're wondering. After watching the video, shout out to them. Cheeky little plug. You love to see it. Next question. Okay, so Dean.Hall.10441 asks, what's my favourite superhero movie? This is a question I actually got, surprisingly, quite a lot. Like, I think when people ask questions, your go-to is like, what's your favourite superhero movie? And mine is Thor Ragnarok. I love that film. I loved Endgame. I loved all the big cinematic sequences, all the proper Avengers ones. I love Avengers, the first one as well, Assemble. Loved all those films, but for me, Thor Ragnarok is the funniest. I love the characters. Korg and Meek have more in that, and I love those two. They're my favourites, so I'm going to go with that one. Okay, next question. Okay, so Kloop124, and this is probably going to be the last question, guys, asks, who is your celebrity crush? Now, I don't really have a celebrity crush as much. I mean, when I was, like, younger, I fancied Rita Ora. She was my celebrity crush, if you want to say. But, you know, I'm older now. Like, I've got a girlfriend. I don't really think about celebrities like that. I appreciate their craft and what they do, but I don't really have a crush. So that's that. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more, guys. I've really enjoyed it. I will do another one. If you've got any questions, hit me up on Instagram. I'll put the link in the description. I'll be answering more questions in a future video. If you guys want to see another one, make sure you put a comment. Let me know that you want another one, and you can even put some more questions in the comments. Thank you so much, guys. Have a lovely day. See you later.